Okay, let's talk about some cabinet molding. It's especially with the higher end type kitchens, it's normal to put some kind of decorative molding across the top, whether it be crown molding or this, I think this is called picture gallery or gallery rail, um, galley rail can go there. Uh, Normally, a crown molding of some kind would go between the cabinets and the ceiling, or you may get a light rail across the bottom to kind of hide anything underneath there and kind of tie everything together. The issue with these things, and I've tried several different ones, I'll show you here, is by default, these things want to install with the when the families were created, the back edge right here is the reference plane of the molding family, and it wants to install way out here in the front to the face frame, but that's not how the thing is actually created. So what I had to do is create a reference plane in my project that was 3/4 of an inch back from the face of the cabinet frame. Okay, then you can install one of these uh, trim pieces and get it. It took some playing to get it oriented correctly, hosted on the face frame of the cabinet. And then I had to pick new host, and in doing pick new host, I could put it on this reference plane and then adjust the height of it so that it would align to the front or the top of the cabinet. It was a lot of work, okay? And the reason I'm not going to require you to do it is it's not that it's a lot of work. I don't care. I'll work you to death. That's fine. You've seen that having you do a lot of work doesn't bother me. Okay. The problem is the corners with this. There's not a good way to do a 45 miter corner to go back across the top of these bloody little shelves that I thought would be interesting to put into the project. So that's why I'm not doing any trim across the top or the bottoms. If you choose to not do these shelves, you could do some trim and it would look like a better project and it would certainly work better. Just like the base trim, you can do a um, inside corner, outside corner return on one of the pieces, and then it would put that in for you. Um, but kid you not, it is kind of a lot of work. I've got a couple of them loaded in here, so come on. Where's my molding? I will start with one angle crown, perch base, inset light rail. Okay, I'm going to go with that one. Okay, and so as you can see, it's in a vertical orientation right now. So I hit my space bar and it'll pop over to a horizontal. But I want to come in here and I want to get it. I'm going to put it there so that you can see what we're dealing with. So you can see it made it that way. I don't think that's going to be in my section view. So didn't pull it down far enough. Oh, the dishwasher. Now the problem with this is that this edge right here needs to be on the bottom of the cabinet. And so let's see if I can pick a new work plane, pick a plane, and let's go to elevation 1C. I don't see where it went. Because it took a while to figure out how these things work, and it may have popped into the floor or somewhere up into the ceiling. It was kind of weird working with them. If you lose something, you can go to your families. And it's weird, some of these things are considered specialty equipments. Inset light rail. I go select all the entire project. Okay, so there it is. So maybe with this one, I need a reference plane at the bottom of the cabinet. Because I don't know that, anyway, you have to deal with some reference planes and things to get those to work. So that's why I didn't do them all the way across, because I really couldn't make it work well with these little shelves that I put in. Okay, let's talk about the island. Pretty standard. You've got a sink-based cabinet here, standard double door with drawers there. This one is a wastebasket pull-out cabinet. On the handout that I gave you, I'm giving you dimensions from the face of the chipboard walls to the edge of the cabinets. I'm not dealing with the front edge because of the weird things, the way that these things go. But you'll get those three put in place, pin them in place. You remember doing a plywood backer to cabinets? So we did one here, 1/2 inch thick with the hazelwood finish to it. Okay. The length of the cabinets and it goes from the floor up to the top of the cabinet itself. I did this furniture-based trim around 3 sides of the cabinet, but stopped it at the edge of the toe kick. Okay, or you could do a panel down and cover the toe kick. That works too. Okay, these are outside corner molding, and with them I did have to do a reference plane. I created this reference plane here, 3/4 of an inch back from, 3/4 of an inch back from the outside face of the plywood that I just added. And then when I put this outside corner molding in, I hosted it on this particular plane. Had to do some mirror or maybe a rotate to get it the same on both ends. Okay. Okay, and so there's one there, right there. And those go from the top of this furniture base up to the bottom of the countertop. As you can see here, top of the furniture base, and it goes up to the top of the countertop. Okay, if you look in your catalog, there's these countertop overhang supports. They don't have them in the downloads, so I modeled them in place. And they're basically 9 inches by 9 inches. Okay, and can I see it here? They're 9 inches by 9 inches, and they've got these curves. I don't know what the exact sizes of them are, but I did my sketches, 9 inch up, 9 inch out. I did 2 circles here with a 3-inch radius, and tied those and got them into place. And then I did here, I did an arc that is tangent. I may have had to draw some lines to get that thing to work, but I basically did a fillet arc with a 3-inch radius and then trimmed that out, extruded it to 1 inch thick, and did the marrow out wood finish to it. And when I was installing them, I created a reference plane here that was 4 inches over and did my sketch and extrusion off of that reference plane. And then just to make it easier, I did another reference plane here that was 4 inches down, copied one from here to there, figured out the distance into the middle. Let's get back to 3D here, and then copied another one into here. So I've got 3 of them. This one's in the center of the island. The other 2 are at 4 inches in. Okay. And then the countertop here, I tried bringing in the standard Revit island countertop, and it did not want to edit to something less than 4 feet. It just was cantankerous, okay? So I just extruded it just like, let me go back. Oh, I can go edit here. I extruded it just like the other countertop. I made my sketch, an 1.5-inch overhang to the front. I think I did, yeah, 1 inch overhang to the ends. 1 inch overhang here, 1.5 inches here from the face frame, 1 inch down here, and then 10 inches here from the face of the plywood, because we want a 10-inch overhang. And then I did a trim fillet corner with 2-inch radius at all 4 corners, and then extruded it to be 1.25 inches thick, just like before. And then I came back and did the void extrusion of the chamfer all the way around, brought in my island sink, put it in place, and then went back and edited and cut it a hole in the actual countertop. And that got the island done. Okay. And so let me pause, and then we'll come back and talk some more.